wrestling is clearly an important part of 616. And a decent part of your life.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's not huge. It's not like the only thing you talk about or anything.
Yeah, I never
don't
talk
think
about
so.
it.
You try not to, because you get stuck doing these shows.
Yeah.
I know this story, but I don't know if the Dan-Dans do. Talk to me about you getting into wrestling.
Oh, when I was
when you were
really
small,
young?
and why you decided to keep going even after realizing, because a lot of kids got into it like when they were small and then realized that it's fake and they're like, or it's staged, not fake, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
But I do the Dan-Dans know about that?
I've told it a couple times, but I can run through it.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, I didn't know dick about wrestling. I just knew people said it was fake, and I knew who Hulk Hogan was.
Right.
And I remember Bathroom Money Tim Ewers had WWF Royal Rumble on Sega Genesis.
So it's an old one.
That was my first introduction to wrestling, playing that, and that was always really fun. And then I remember going to my other buddy Chris McDermott's house, and he had, it's either WCW or ECW. I think it was WCW on. And I the first thing I ever saw of live action wrestling was Raven sitting in a corner cutting a promo, and I just saw that, and the first thing out of my mouth is, "Oh, you know this is fake, right?" And Chris McDermott goes, "Yeah, so," and I was like, "Wow, I never thought about it like that." Because when you think about it, everything's fucking fake. Terminator's fake, Predator's fake, Star Wars is fake, Batman's fake, Superman's fake. These are all cool fucking things. Why does wrestling have to be in it? If you watch, Max Landis had this quote, if you watch wrestling the same way you watch Game of Thrones, when there's a big story that has a good payoff, there's almost nothing better than that. So that's why I stayed with it. I fell out, because wrestling was my whole life when I was a kid and then early teenager. And I fell off in 2008 because it was it was so fucking bad. I couldn't even watch it.
So you were a senior in high school?
Yeah. And it was just horrible. Maybe
junior,
that's correct.
Junior, senior? Yeah.
And it was just so fucking bad I couldn't even watch it. And it was heartbreaking because it's when back in the day Dexter was my favorite show. And then that show fell off a fucking cliff like nothing I've ever seen before.
I mean, we have disagreements about it.
I know
we definitely know that season 5 is
dog shit.
It's not even garbage.
No,
it's litter.
Yeah,
at least garbage. No, garbage goes in a garbage can.
Yeah, this is
and
trash, just on the street. This is something thrown somewhere, ruining something beautiful.
Right. It's it goes to where the other garbage goes. No, it's it's a park, and there's McDonald's wrappers on the ground. No,
it's an interruption of beauty. That's what Dexter season 5 was. But yeah, dude, wrestling was so fucking bad I fell off, and I wouldn't watch it at all.
What made it bad? Was the writing bad?
The writing was bad. I wasn't connecting with the roster at all because all the guys I had grown up with were
retiring.
The Rock was gone. He went to movies. Stone Cold retired from injuries. WCW was bought out in 2001. So Sting, Scott Hall, a lot of the guys I grew up with were not wrestling anymore because they were just waiting out their contracts. Because they were still getting paid by AOL, who owned WCW in the long run. So that's why Vince McMahon was never able to get them. AOL Time Warner.
But it was still AOL at the time.
Yeah.
What a terrible merge for Time Warner.
Oh, yeah. Terrible. Because Ted Turner was the only person keeping WCW on TV. People wanted that off TV for years. And he was we need wrestling. So yeah, just I wasn't into it at all. So I stopped watching. And I didn't watch again until 2011.
Really?
Because CM Punk was starting to really blow up, and I liked him because back in 2006, 2007, I would go to Ring of Honor shows at the Frontier Fieldhouse in Chicago Ridge.
Okay.
Which is a high school gym where kids play basketball, and just packing in the most rabid wrestling fans who give a shit, and watching these, dude, it was just fucking amazing. So when Punk started to go up, I was okay, I'm back.
Okay.
And I've been on since then, but. It still gets a little shaky here and there.
Right,
so much of it's just terrible. So much of it's just terrible, but you know what I'm saying.